Hi, I'm going to talk to you today about the worst things about owning a pop-up camper. So this is in my family's experience. It may not reflect everyone who has a pop-up camper, and it may not represent what other people with pop-ups think, and it may not be your experience if you have one. I'm just speaking on my own. Also, please understand, I do love our pop-up camper. That's why we've used it for 3 years. I just want to give a full picture of our experience. We've loved it a lot. We didn't buy it and then it just sat in our yard for years. Like, we went camping like once a month, sometimes a little more, occasionally a little less. But we've had at least around 30 trips so far. Okay, so I'm going to go, I guess, no particular order. Number 10 of worst things about owning a pop-up camper is there's a lack of privacy. So with the AC on, and in Florida, we have to have that air conditioning on most of the year. It's really, really, really loud while you're in the pop-up camper. Yet everything you say inside of the pop-up camper is amplified to anyone listening outside. In other words, you can't hear each other very well within it, but everyone outside can hear you really well, loud and clear. So that kind of stinks. Number 9, you cannot access what's inside the camper when it's not popped up. So let's say we're driving a long way to a campsite and my husband wants to get a Monster drink because he's tired, because it's a long way away to the campsite. He cannot just go to the fridge in the camper and get one like you can with most campers. So yeah, that's a real downside. So number 8 is there's a lot of sites, particularly beachside campsites, that have rules against pop-up campers. They often also have rules against older travel trailers or RVs, which is unfortunate. So yeah, there's a lot of flat out no pop-ups allowed. So that stinks. Number 7, the camper shakes when there's a strong wind. And being in Florida, sometimes there's a strong wind. That can get a little scary. It's never been an issue, but it's a little scary. The first time we camped, when we bought our pop-up the first time, it was really, really, really windy that day. I think typically we would not have gone camping, but we just bought our pop-up. We were so excited and stoked about checking it out. So we just went to a KOA. I think that was the only KOA we went to, and checked it out. And it was just all night. It was shaking. Okay. Number 6. Yeah, so for our camper, which I said in my other video about the best things about owning a pop-up camper, I had mentioned, there's a bathroom. So if you have to go in the middle of the night, not a big deal. You don't have to go outside with a flashlight and walk through the mud. Well, because we only have a curtain for our bathroom, if there's someone outside of the immediate family staying with us, and I do have to go in the middle of the night, guess what? I am not going with someone who's not in my immediate family inside of my camper. So I just go ahead and get the flashlight and trek through the mud to the communal bathroom of the campsite. So that's unfortunate. Other campers have typically solid walls. The one pop-up camper that's larger than ours does have solid walls for the bathroom. But that's a whole nother thing about setting it up. We're going to get to something similar on this list. Okay, number 5, worst things about owning a pop-up camper. Having to open it to dry on a non-camping day because we had to close it while it was pouring. Yes, if it's pouring and we have to say leave by 11, that means we need to start packing, rain or shine. So that means sometimes tucking in the tent parts within the, the pop-up part before we pop it down. If we don't let it, open up and dry out on a dry day that week, it'll get moldy and disgusting, which we have not let it do, but we know that it will. So that's an unfortunate, another disappointing part about owning a pop-up camper. All right, number 4 worst things about owning a pop-up camper is no security. All right, it's literally put together it's vinyl holding it together, okay? If someone wants to get in there while y'all are hiking or on the beach or something, guess what? They can. It's just vinyl. So anytime we went anywhere, anywhere where we weren't right at the camper, we had to move all valuables into our car, lock our car, and take our key with us. It's kind of annoying, but it's important. So no security that's a concern. Number 3 worst things about owning a pop-up camper is, and I'm grateful I haven't had to do this, but my husband told me, setting up the door. It's a royal pain in the bottom to set up that door. So basically, if you're not familiar with pop-ups, I don't know if they're all like this, but while it's popped, while it's down, I guess, then we have to pop it up. There's many steps to do that. Lots of bars and setting it up and using your shoulder to hoist things up. It's many steps, about 40. And one of the steps is bringing the door that's against the ceiling, right, down. And it has to be down just so that it's flesh. What's the word? It's at the same level as the walls. And if you don't do it right, there's going to be gaps, and it's super annoying. Sometimes there's been gaps, but usually it's been fine. So that's another annoying part. What number was I at? Was that 4 or 3? That was 4, so now I'm at 3? Okay. Okay. I don't know. I think that was 3 right there. Number 2, it takes forever to take down. So when we're ready to leave, guess what? We can't leave right now. It's 2 hours. So it's maybe a half hour to do all the things to actually pop it up. But then we have to take out the sheets. Y'all know I made seat covers if you've watched my channel. If not, guess what? I made seat covers. If you want to check that out, see my other videos. It's in multiple parts. But we have to get the seat covers, get the sheets, get the blankets, get the food, get our clothes cubes, get the hygiene stuff, get the coolers out, get our water thing out, and it's so much. And then we have to pop it down. And it's rain or shine, it doesn't matter. All right, it always takes around 2 hours. Super annoying. So that's the second worst thing about a pop-up camper. The number 1 worst thing about having a pop-up camper is setting the dang thing up. Just like taking it down takes 2 hours, setting it up takes 2 hours. So we get there, we're tired, it doesn't matter. If we want to go to sleep, we have to set it up. So So that was the 10, I think. Maybe it was just 9. I'm not sure. That was the 9 or 10 worst things about owning a pop-up camper. And it doesn't mean it's not worth it. We've been doing it for 3 years. Thank you for watching.